Hi, friends.
And hello, friends. Look who we got. We got Sarah.
What's up?
Back on the microphone.
I'm here.
Yeah, something that we were talking about before before we got everything set up. I went to a Christmas party today. And by all accounts, it was probably one of the coolest Christmas parties I've ever went to in my life for like a work event.
Yeah.
I was looking around like everyone was having like a great time, like smiling and laughing. And it was fantastic. Like there's all these cool games. It was catered, all kinds of cool stuff. And like 15 minutes in, like I was having a good time. And 15 minutes in, I was just like, why do I hate this?
This is awful.
Yeah, but it wasn't
Everyone
awful.
around you. Well, how you feel whenever you're like in a situation where you're just like,
yeah. So it was one of the, it was like that. I feel like I feel like I needed to run away.
yeah.
And I was sitting there not talking. Not that I wasn't talking, but I've been talking for like 15, 20 minutes in a row, just talking. Because I was seeing a bunch of people I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah. It's like big energy. And then you're like, I don't even know where to start. It's just like, hi, I'm happy to see your face again. And then it's like, I'm going to tell you the same thing I probably told that person.
That might be it. And then I don't know. Yeah. So I was sitting there and I got real introspective because I was like watching people and like everyone's having a great time because it was, like I said, probably like the coolest Christmas work party I've been to ever or in a long time.
Yeah.
And then so I was seeing all the fun everyone's supposed to have. And then I had this weird feeling like, I want to get out of here. And then so I got kind of introspective and I was like, what's wrong with me? Why do I want to leave so bad?
Yeah. Why do I want to leave a fun, good time?
Yeah. I have no idea why. Like, I don't know. I get weird sometimes. I get weird with forced conversation. I don't know why. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to be forced to have to talk to someone, even if it's someone I like.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to like,
it's really draining and it doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel fluid. It doesn't feel forced and it's uncomfortable.
Which is weird because when we do a podcast, it is literally the most forced conversation.
Like you need to talk.
Yeah. Cause if not, we're going to be like, see you next week, guys.
Bye.
You know, like, I don't know. Like I love doing a podcast. I mean, I like talking. I'm not antisocial in any way, but I get really weird in like certain groups where like I have to be there and like have to act a certain way. And I have no idea why. I can't figure it out. So I was just looking around. I was like, obviously something is wrong with me. So I was like looking at myself and not everyone else. I was looking, everyone's having a great time. And I was having a great time too. And I was just sitting there going, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like I had no idea like why I felt so, and it's not new. Every time I get in a forced group scenario, I have to have like someone come save me.
Be like, help me.
Yeah.
So like lock eyes across the room and be like, help me.
Yeah. It's so weird. It's
help
like
me change this feeling because I don't like it.
Yeah. I don't know. It was really weird. So I texted.
Yes.
I sent a text message.
Yes.
Texted.
Both of those are correct.
So
I texted it a thing.
I texted Olive because she knows me pretty well. And I was just like, I told her where I was. And I was like, why do I hate this? And I was like, it's a really fun party, but why do I hate it? And her response was, you'd rather be looking up at the stars and talking to people who appreciate it.
Yeah. I got to have that conversation the other day. And they're like, what's the difference between a waxing moon and a waning moon? Is the full moon? Like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, I can tell you all those things.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. So like the phases of the moon, if you want to talk about stars.
Well, I like talking about really big, weird things.
Yeah. But it's just funny that you mentioned the stars because Missy, she asked me, she's got like a big test that she has to do.
Well, Olive's the one that said it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. She's the one that said, I was like, you're right. So she said, I was like, you know me too well.
Yeah. And it's like, I had a morning talk with Olive too. We got up, we just woken up and we kind of just chatted, filled each other in with the morning. But yeah.
Chit chat morning.
Morning with Olive.
Boom.
Bam.
Yeah, I just had a text message, but it was cool. But I was like, you know me. I was at a Christmas party, which was fantastic that I didn't want to be at for some reason. I did want to be there. Just when I got there, I felt really weird. Like I needed to run away.
Yeah. Well, they also told you like to change.
Well, that's okay. Like I had to like take group pictures. That wasn't the reason why. That wasn't.
But it's still a weird way to start like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it wasn't that. Like, I don't know. I'm like this at every event that's forced. So it wasn't like, oh, this is the first time I've ever felt this. It was like I know this about myself. And I was this is one of the first times I've been thinking about it. I've been talking about it a lot with people trying to figure it out. But this is one of the first times where I was like, what is
stopped and paused and was like, I need to look inward and be like, what am I doing?
Yeah,
where's my headspace thinking? Yeah,
exactly. I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with me? That's literally what went through my head. Like that's how I talk to me. I don't cuss too much unless it's in my head.
Unless it's to yourself,
or in the podcast. Like I said, it comes out because I'm kind of like, well, in the podcast, it's like stream of thought.
Yeah, it's just word poetry.
It is word poetry, man.
Yeah, with a lot of fucks in it.
Yeah, like, it's all the fucks.
All the fucks. Fucking birthday time.
fucking birthday time.
day.
I want to believe in everything because I love magic. I want magic to be real so bad.
I mean, I guess magic is real as you're good at tapping in and letting magic work through you.
No, like I want to like fucking make magic spells come out of my hands.
Yeah.
Like that's how real I want magic to be.
You need to go to Tibet and go spend some time like Jesus did. What is your itinerary? How many butts did you wipe this month?
Don't send us dick pics or
no dick pics.
What did you call the other one? The VAD shot?
Oh, the slit of life.
Don't do it. So don't do that.
We don't want it.
But send us some other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, shit's funny.
Shit is funny. Tony Robbins says that he uses cuss words.
Yeah.
Like in his big, huge seminars, like all these CEOs and all these like.
That's funny. I don't know much about Tony Robbins. He's like motivational dude.
Yeah, so
he's got stuff, but
you wouldn't think he cusses a lot. He cusses all the time. He's got a potty mouth.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just
potty mouths that care. Those are good people.
Yeah, right. That's us right here. But I was listening to him talk one time, and he said the reason that he does have he uses cuss words and explicit language is because it's a pattern breaker. Mm-hmm. So like, you're listening or you're watching and it's like blah, 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 blah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Then you hear fuck that, or this shit's funny. And you're like, whoa. Like,
oh, okay. I'm listening now.
Yeah.
It calls your attention.
Yeah. It snaps you back out of like whatever you were daydreaming about and get you back onto like the subject at hand. So that's the reason he uses it. He says he'll do anything to get inside of your mind to change it.
I've heard something along that lines, but a little bit more of a, self-defense thing. If someone is like coming at you to distract them, you can yell just obscene things like turtle doll, crocodile baby, and they're just like, what? And same idea, breaking them out into a pattern.
So it takes it from a raper.
Yeah, it's like they're just like, wait, what?
And it kind of snaps it back into like their regular persona.
I mean, maybe not, but at least enough to maybe where you could distract them to like
jab an eye,
take an eye out. Yeah.
Didn't you tell me that your dad gave you knives and hooks and taught you how to rip people's eyeballs out?
I mean, in some senses, yeah. I definitely recall my dad saying, pretty nonchalant, not in like sitting me down like, hey, if someone's attacking you, do this. But like, yeah, the outside of the eye, it's easier to pull out. You just stick your hand back there and you can pull the eye out.
So your dad taught you how to like fish hook someone's eyeball and pop that sucker out?
Well, and I mean, it kind of works too in self-defense because a lot of these people go to jail for killing their assailants. If you ever Google that one too, you got like the bottom of your brain and then there's tiny holes right over your nose and those nerves just kind of hang down and that's your olfactory nerves.
Yeah, there's little bulbs.
Yeah.
They end in little bulbs or whatever.
Yeah. So, but your olfactory can still respond better whenever you're sleeping. So have you ever seen studies like that where they are, I've seen one where it was a sleep study. While the person was sleeping, they made a tone and then they put a fragrance. So one tone had a good fragrance, one tone had a bad fragrance. And then whenever the people woke up and they did the same study, they only used the same tones. Yeah. So with the big tone, you would see them take an inhale, and with the nasty tone, they would like hold their breath. So that's something that just, it had a fun little
cartoon. What does that mean though? I can't remember. What does that imply?
That, I don't know. Your senses are just really interesting.
I guess it was basically comparing like your hearing versus your smell. Like the senses, which one would override the other one? Yeah,
your smell would definitely override. Or it works whenever you're not conscious.
Huh.
So like your sense of smell has like a deeper connection to that lizard brain. That lizard brain.
The big worm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want crystals to be real.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they are or not. And I understand
I just need more research.
I don't even need more research, man. I just want it to do more shit to me.
Yeah.
Like
get some.
I've lived my whole life surrounded by crystals.
I don't know. You should get like a bigger one.
Yeah.
You're like a life-size human. You should get like a life-size crystal.
That's true, right?
Just get something to sit in.
But man, like going through school and stuff, I was surrounded by clean hippies, man. You know what I mean? Which is my favorite kind of hippie.
We're a good group of people.
Yeah, it's my favorite kind, man. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like all the stuff. Just take a shower.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
just don't smell like 10-day-old patchouli. Like I said, I've never missed anything more than live music right now. Just like feeling the bass, and then feeling everyone else around you. That's the best part.
Yeah, there's a thing. I can't remember what it's called. It's not synchronicity. That's not it. There's something when a group of people, a collective consciousness. Sorry, when a group of people comes together.
That hive mind, man.
Yeah, it's trippy, man. Like that's a cool thing to be a part of, especially when it's resonating, vibrating to a cool, to a positive
to like
place.
a high vibration, and everyone is there and everyone's vibing to it. It's good.
The flip side of that is the mob mentality.
Yeah,
when it just snaps and people just freak the fuck out.
And that's what like a
riots
angry
happen.
beehive. Yeah. Like whenever things start swarming, like one person sends off that like scared signal, ants do it, bees do it.
People do it.
Yeah.
That's how people
Bears
riot.
do it.
That's bears. That's how they riot. That's how riots start. You know, you take each individual that's in a riot separate on their own accord.
They're like, oh man, that was weird. Why did I do that?
Yeah, they would never like throw a rock in that small business that had nothing to do with whatever they're pissed off at. You know what I mean? Like, but
just feel this angst in you, and you're just like, they have to do something.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy how that collective consciousness. So it's kind of it is cool to be a part of it when it's flowing in
the good.
In the good.
Yeah, we want that good shit, man.
We do want that good shit.
That good shit.
Space. So I went to Georgia Southern University. That's where I got my undergraduate degree.
Woo.
Yeah, whoop whoop.
In Milledgeville.
No, it's not in Milledgeville. No. It's in Statesboro, Georgia, near Savannah.
Gotcha.
And I never forget it because I grew up in, I don't want to say the inner city because that has like connotations, but I grew up in like the greater metropolitan Atlanta area.
He's a gangster. Don't let him lie to you.
I wasn't lying.
I know.
I was just saying, man. Like I didn't grow up in like the projects or anything, but I did grow up in like the inner city of Atlanta. Well, that's not true. The greater metropolitan area, right?
And if you don't live in Georgia, it's just Atlanta.
It's just Atlanta. For miles. It's just half the state.
The whole state is either South Georgia, North Georgia, or Atlanta.
So I was, yeah, right. Yeah. So how close to you are to Atlanta? Yeah. So I went from that environment with all the bad gangster stuff around me, and then so I drove to Georgia Southern, which is in South Georgia near the coast. And I'll never forget it. So I drove for 3-4 hours, like 3.5 hours through woods, like through an interstate that just goes through like woods. Yeah. There's not even
like 2-lane road, right? Like,
yeah, well, no, it's interstate. Like, no, it's interstate, okay. But like there's not even road signs. Not road sign billboards. There's not enough traffic to put billboards there, right? So it's super boring. But as soon as I got off the exit to like go to the school, and this is actually before like iPhones and stuff, so like I had to like write down the directions.
Google Maps.
I think I printed it. No, I think I printed it from MapQuest.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know if you guys remember that. If you guys are listening from MapQuest, like they were wrong.
We miss you.
Yeah, we miss you. But they were wrong like 99% of the time. Yeah. But this time it was right. So I got off the exit there. I got off the exit off the interstate to go to Georgia Southern. Yeah. Cotton fields. I'm not even lying. Like, you know, I was like used to like.
I have some cotton in my car that I picked up on the side of the road. I was like, I want some of that.
You just drove by?
Yeah. And I pulled over on the side of the road and just like illegally stole a piece of cotton.
Give me that cotton. Yeah, so speaking of olfactory. Dog farts.
Dog farts, man.
Dog farts. I guess that's the theme of the show. Man, that's something that I have recently found. Like I had a mentor of mine call it your strong room.
Strong room?
Strong room. Like who's in your strong room? Because like we're all people and we all have vulnerabilities and ups and downs and egos and all the things that come into being a human. Who's in your strong room? Who can you go to? Like it's metaphorical room. It's not a real room, but like, you know, if you think of it as a metaphor, like who's in there that's going to lift you up, tell you the truth, and then not hit you with this negative bullshit. Yeah. Right? Like who's in your strong room? So I've that's a big thing. Like who's in there? Like who do you lean on?
Yeah. Who do you actually say things to where you can like be vulnerable and allow that space to be created? Yeah.
Yeah. And then have it being a positive when you walk out of the strong room, which is a very like important part because a lot of people have, I wouldn't call it a strong room. They have their room. Yeah. Called their bullshit room.
Their bullshit room. And they get left with it.
More bullshit. They walk out and they're just like, what the fuck, man? Yeah. Like, they're just worse. Like, so like, I've been clearing out my strong room. Like I said, I sold my business, my financial situation, everything has changed in my life, right?
It's a whole new you.
You know, it's been great. I've seen who's here for me for money, which has been interesting. Yeah. I've seen who's here for me for just my general kindness or like just things that they need from me and they don't reciprocate. They don't actually care about me. It's a usury relationship. Now I'm all about being nice and kind and helping people, but like when like, you don't care about me. Yeah. You only care about like,
what you provide for them.
Oh, I provide awesome words and kindness and solitude and strength and or whatever. You know what I mean? We'll use the word kindness or whatever. But like when I am in a predicament, like no fucks are given, right? Yeah. So I've been cleaning out my strong room and then like seeing who is actually in there and like it's been wild, man. Like, all right.
Dude, it's birthday day.
It is birthday day. Yeah. Let's clank to that.
Clanks. In Germany, you got to do eye contact, and it's Prost.
Prost.
Prost. Yeah.
Prost.
7 years. Good stuff.
7 years. Good stuff.
Don't mess it up. Bourbon.
Oh, yeah. So this is called 1792. I've been told that this is the jam. So I went to the liquor store, and I got some. So funny story. I didn't tell you this part. So I went there, and this guy was like, I don't know how to explain the liquor store guy. Yeah. So I walk in, and he looks real trendy and hipstery. Like he had a mustache that had a twisty. Yeah,
Gotta have the twisty. It's some special cream.
Yeah,
Soft.
he definitely had some salve.
Salve in there.
He had some salve in his mustache hair, and so I was like, "Hey, man, I've heard that this bourbon's pretty good. It's 17, which it is. It's fantastic, by the way.
Get it?
And it's only like $23. This is why I was told to get it. So I was asking him about it, and he was like, "Dude, this is literally what he said. He was like, my man, that's one of my
man."
He said, "My man, that's one of my favorite juices that we sell."
Yeah.
I was trying to set. I was trying to
set
set,
a nice part.
I was trying to set the scene.
Yeah.
Actually, I just didn't want to hear freaking kid music anymore.
Kid music.
I'm pretty down. I usually listen to stuff that's good. Pretty good, you know what I mean? But sometimes it's like, but he likes the same shit over and over. It's like over, literally on repeat.
Like keep playing it, yeah.
Like Old Town Road, I think.
That is a weird kid thing. They're like, watch 2-hour movie, start it again.
Yeah, so I think, I'm not even joking. I think I've listened to Old Town Road 12 times today. Just today.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, this is every time we're in a car, play it again, play it again, play it again, play it again. I'm like, dude.
It's like, can we get a break?
Yeah, kids love that song.
Palate cleanser.
I think he was in kindergarten when the song popped off. And there was this like a whole gang of kindergartners singing Old Town Road. They love it, man.
Tiny little people.
Yeah, tiny people. And there's a part
like
of
the country song Old Town Road, or am I just like not knowing what the song is?
Oh, you don't know what it is?
I don't think so.
Oh man, I wish we could play it. It's a hip hop country song. It's a guy from like Alabama.
Yeah.
It's a dude, and he sings like it's hip hop music, but it's like very countrified version of it. Yeah, I
might know it, but
there's no cuss words in it. You've heard. I don't want to sing it. I'm not going to sing it on the podcast.
You don't have to sing it.
Yeah, that would be awful. But there's a part in there when he says "lean all in my backpack."
Okay.
Yeah, and Andre doesn't know what that is. He's like, "Dad, what's lean in my backpack?" And I'm like,
Don't say that to your teacher.
I'm like, I don't know, man. He's just leaning against his backpack.
It's like resting against it.
Yeah, there's a part in there where it says, "Cheated on my baby." He's like, what does that mean? I'm like, you don't want to know what that means, man.
You don't want to experience that in life.
Yeah, I mean, those are hard conversations to have with a first grader. And then there's another part. Oh, man, what is this? He asked what the Marlboro Man was because he says something about the, I can't even say that word.
Marlboro. Marlboro.
That's the southern drawl. That's the southern drawl coming out. Marlboro. Man, now I can't say, I'm not even joking around. Marlboro. Man.
Marlboro.
You know when you say a word so many times it feels like they get the words wrong.
That's okay. I was trying to say the word affirmation earlier and I got like AFA out and I was like, I think I'm having a stroke because the words did.
Marlboro.
Yeah. There's some O's and R's.
I did it. I had a couple bourbons before you got here and I'm Southern. So
that makes the mouth jumble. Yeah.
Shouts out to, oh man, I don't want to pull a phone out on Twitter. We have Twitter peoples now. Thank you. Yes. Thank you for responding.
Twitter's real and they like us.
Fucking real, man. They do like us,
yeah,
man.
They were kind.
Yeah. We had a Twitter, we had a lady that reviewed our podcast. I think her name's, I don't know.
It was something podcast review. Like that's what she does. She just probably goes on and listens to other podcasts and is like, I'm going to put my 2 cents in that, which people appreciate.
Yeah. I'm going to pull my phone and look at it because I'm going to say this out loud. And if it's wrong, this lady will get mad at me because I think it's called the Potato Lady.
I think it is the Potato Lady.
Okay. Yeah. Like, so like, you know, like I'm sure there's a funny Mrs. Potato Lady. Why is your Twitter handle Potato Lady?
Potato is like the best word.
Yeah, that's like your password for everything, right? I probably should have just, I just let it out, like your password.
I mean, say the word potato in your head, you spell it out, and it's just like, potato. Yeah. We always say, like our cat, she sits like a potato, so we just call her Little Potato.
Little Potato.
Little Potato.
Shouts out to the Potato Lady on Twitter. I'll find out your real handle when I'm not recording a podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was awesome. And the coolest, I mean, I think we should put it on t-shirts if we ever get merch.
Just put the Twitter feed on a t-shirt.
No. Well, yeah, but no, she said something cool. She was like, when she was reviewing the podcast, she said, their Southern accents make the explicit language like a warm bath.
Yeah.
Like sinking into a warm bath. Marley, stop it. It takes a lot of, I don't know, either like chutzpah, I don't know if that's the right word, or trust with someone to like just to send them like a Wiener picture.
It's not good.
Because like,
definitely don't take it on your parents' phone and then have someone's mom text you and be like, I am so sorry for my son's indecency. I'm like, Mom, it's not my son. It wasn't my picture. I don't care.
That sounds like a story that happened to you.
It did.
Tell me so like you're just like living your life and like texting and doing fun things.
I mean, he was friends.
No, I get it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I get it. But you guys are being kids.
Why would you send it from your mom's phone and then not delete it?
So like your,
So his mom texted me and was like, I'm so sorry for my son's indecency.
so like,
And I was like, you should really talk to him. Like, that's not okay.
so like you didn't want the wiener picture?
I mean, that's besides the point.
No, that is the point.
He should have deleted it.
Well, no. Okay. Yeah. There's 2 points. Like, well, there's a difference between a wanted dick pic and then an unwanted dick pic.
I mean, you never asked, but I mean, it doesn't, whatever.
Okay. So this dude sends you a wiener.
Yeah.
But, and then I would assuming that the following text messages weren't negative. You weren't like, ew.
No, yeah, no, it wasn't. It was like, oh, cool, thanks. Thanks.
Is that what you really say? Oh, cool. Thanks.
I don't know. This was like a decade ago, which is weird.
Yeah.
So it's been a hot second.
Yeah, that is kind of weird though. Like if I was going to take a picture of my junk,
But also it was like Razor flip phone
Yeah.
type quality. So
I got you.
bad.
I got you.
Bad quality. You could barely tell what's really happening.
But yeah, what has to go through your head? I get it. Like sending a dick pic is weird. There's a whole mentality behind sending unsolicited wieners to
Yeah,
the world. Which
to the world.
don't send those.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
PSA, PCA.
No, I meant like you guys can do it in the world. Don't send them to us
Don't do it.
because I will.
We'll put it on the internet and be like, "This is you."
There you
We
go.
don't fuck with that. We ain't playing.
There you go.
So
There
we'll
you
put
go.
it on the internet. So send
So,
it your own.
but the weird part is this dude was sending you wieners and then like from his mama's phone, but then was like, "It's
Nothing
cool.
else.
It's cool if mom sees it."
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I guess she had a nicer camera than him.
Yeah, but you have to like delete it. Like,
didn't.
like what goes through your brain is like, yeah, it's cool.
It's like, I'm done. Go. Like, I mean, he probably stole his mom's phone, and then like, I got to go put it back because she's gonna be looking for her phone.
Yeah, but
And
still.
I didn't get a message until the next day, so it took some time.
Yeah, but still, but there's still a like.
Oh, did you forget about it? I don't know. It's like, did I forget that I did that?
Can you send a dick pic out and then forget it? Like it's just like what kind of person sends so
Maybe
many?
it was like stock. Maybe he already had it and just like sent it and just like, bam.
No, because it was already on his mom's phone. You don't keep like a stock wiener picture on your mom's phone.
No.
Well, I mean,
he might.
I wouldn't.
Depends on how like technological your parents get. I don't know.
Yeah, but like how many like what type of dude sends so many dick pics out that he forgets that there's just some floating on his mom's razor?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not something that girls don't do. They don't just normally send like vag shots.
No.
Like, hey, check it out. Like, hey, stranger.
Yeah.
Here's
bam.
here's this
my
thing.
life. Here's the slit of life.
I've never heard that term before.
Slit of life.
So here's my
I'm
stuff.
sure a lot of people are doing it now with like getting like doctor consultations
Yeah.
online. Be like, hey, OBGYN,
I'm not an OBGYN.
this is a thing.
I'm not an OBGYN. Don't send me the slit of life
Slit of
pictures.
life.
Don't do it.
You don't want it.
Don't do it. Only send me like hilarious pictures is all I want.
Yeah, or dogs
Or dogs.
or cats.
You
doing
send,
funny
you
things.
send cats, I'll forward that to her.
Meow.
I go cyclical as well when it comes to meditating. I
Yeah.
was really, I won't say really, I was going hard as fuck on meditating.
I was getting shit down with that stuff.
It doesn't really go. I was going ham, right?
Yeah.
But when I was consistent, it's probably a better
Yeah.
way to look at it.
Consistency is
Yeah, it was very, very, very beneficial because I have a hard time quieting my mind.
Yeah.
For the good and the bad. Sometimes it gets rocking and rolling in a good direction. Sometimes it gets rocking and rolling in a bad direction. It just goes.
It just depends on which avenue it's going to
Yeah,
be. A
right.
part
So
of.
that's just I've been that way, and so it was very, very helpful and beneficial. And like I was kind of going through, like it was really great. Like I was progressing in different positive waves, and I hit this kind of spot in my meditation practice. I think is what you call it.
Yeah, you practice
My
because you're
practice.
continuously doing it.
That's
There's no
right.
end
And
goal.
then I started getting really angry as I meditated.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I hated it. That was
Yeah.
like the exact opposite, man. Like I already have all this anger inside of me. Anyway, I'm trying to calm all this shit
Yeah,
down,
it's
right?
like, man, I'm trying to get out of this headspace. Why am I
Right,
still here?
exactly right. Because I have like this stuff inside of me. I'm always trying to like not suppress it. I'm trying to release it, I guess.
Yeah.
And it
Change the energy and how it's flowing and
Yeah,
put
so-
it towards something better.
yeah, so everything was going really good. And then I hit this wall, where I was getting really angry as
Yeah.
I was doing it, and then so I stopped doing it. And then every time I kind of put a parking brake on it.
Hmm.
But I've been told by people who are professional meditators that
Yeah.
that's part of the process. That you
Yeah,
got
you
to a
got-
different layer. That's one of the layers I need to work through. I haven't worked through it yet because I'm not as consistent as I used to. Like I used to do it every day.
It's a practice.
Yeah, I was doing it every day.
Got to get
and-
back on it.
yeah, man. I used to always say there's too much evil inside of me. That's what I used to say because it sounds dramatic and magical and like misty, like. But and kind of true. But like just I've refocused, reframed the words. It's a lot of pain.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you've gone through a lot, and I barely know you. And the stuff I do know, it's like that's intense for like the start of life, and then like
Yeah.
moving into it. It's a lot to process.
I haven't told the story in a long time because I haven't thought about cotton fields in a while.
Yeah.
It doesn't pop up too often. But I remember her like so. This is in the 80s, so she was like 90 years old in the 80s. So I don't know how old, you know, I remember she was born in like 1908, if I remember correctly. My great grandmother.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I remember I remember like she grew up on a farm. So like her parents had kids to work the farm. And like, that was the whole purpose.
Bunch of them.
Yeah. That was,
keep popping them out.
yeah. Like that was the whole purpose of having children, was to work the farm, not because you like want to have like a loving family or anything.
It's like, we need more help. Give me 9 months and we'll pop out another one, and then your brother can go.
Right. So and I remember they told her she wasn't allowed to go to school. Well, none of her brothers or sisters were. So it wasn't like just about her, but it was because they had a cotton field and they had to pick cotton.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, that's like some
cotton picking family.
Yeah, I have a cotton picking family, right? And but come to find out, well, two things. Come to find out, like she came from indentured servants, which is like light white slavery a little bit. It wasn't as harsh as slavery, I guess, because
yeah, but you were still kind of owned.
You were owned. You know what? So no one get mad at me. What is what is an indentured servant? I was trying to remember like my 8th grade social studies real quick, but
it's like doing work without actually getting paid, but you get to have a space to stay.
I don't know, man.
And maybe you get to like got that heavy accent.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you should see me when I'm in Tennessee, man. It comes out hard.
Yeah, it depends on, you know, like when I talk to my dad or people that were from the same city that I'm from or whatever. Yeah, my accent comes out.
Yeah.
I love my accent, so I'm not like, I am from the South or whatever. So I'm not someone that's like, I don't want to have my accent. I love my accent because where I'm from, you know, I talk how I talk.
Yeah.
But
country's rough. I don't want to listen to it.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's true. But I do want to, like, for my particular self, want to say words correctly.
Yes, I do like enunciation because I'm really bad.
Yeah, so like I try like, you know, like a Southern thing like finna.
Yeah, I am about to.
Yeah, so I'll say I'm about to go do this. I'll say it in a Southern accent, but I won't say finna.
Yeah.
I used to. You know what I mean? That was a hard one. The hardest one.
Is it y'all?
No, I say y'all. Y'all is a perfectly acceptable word. So
sure.
Yeah. So like that's a good word. So like whenever I'm with my dad, for some reason, I haven't seen my dad in years, but the last time whenever we talk, people always like, dude, your fucking accent is crazy.
I mean, it comes out.
Yeah. The hardest one is finger.
Finger?
Yeah. Finger.
Like your phalange?
Yeah. It sounds pretty regular, right?
Yeah.
Finger.
Yeah. Finger.
Yeah. Finger.
Finger.
Like with an F-A-N.
Finger.
Yeah. That's not a word. So like I tried, that one took forever.
You know what one's really fun to say?
What?
Water. Instead of water with like D's.
Water.
Yeah, water.
Yeah.
Water.
My grandma, you say your grandparents are from Germany, right?
Yeah.
Mine are from, like I told you, my great grandma was a fucking indentured servant. Picking cotton. Yeah, right. So just to give you like, I don't even know if the word is real, like ruined. That's the word.
Ruined?
Yeah, you ruined that shirt.
Yeah, ruin.
Yeah, they would say runt.
Runt. Ooh, I haven't heard that one.
You never heard runt? You're going to runt it.
I'm going to runt it. No.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
You guys out there from the South.
Wrench it, runt it, finna, fixin' to.
No, my dad's more of a thing and a thing because he doesn't always know the word. If you're bilingual, I'm sure you've had these, like, you're just like, man, your brain's just like not connecting to either language and it's just like the thing.
That.
Yeah,
so that's crazy, man. I never understood why people that have, like, let's say they're in America and they speak English with an accent.
Yeah.
They get like, I don't know if it's still a thing, but like back in the day, they would like think that people are stupid. Like,
oh, right. It's like, dude, they just learned another language. Yeah. It's like, they ain't dumb.
Yeah.
They just don't speak your language.
Exactly. Well. I've been trying to learn Spanish for fucking 30 years and I can barely say red. Rojo. Like,
you got to get those R's. Though.
Yeah, man. Like,
German's really hard too. They have a lot of like in the back of your throat. So there's like and.
Is that why the Germans' necks are always so fucking
So
vascular?
I
just watched your neck just go like into spasm.
So I also really think it's why a lot of Germans have almost a turned down mouth because they have to do this like sound. So like
so they're not frowning.
No,
that's
just like the way that they're muscular. Like that's really like watching a lot of these German shows that are like German actors, German language, and like seeing how their mouth moves. And I feel like that's why I'm having a lot of like a hard time creating the like perfect sound. Is because my mouth isn't turned down like that. Like this You have an and an sound.
Sorry, it's fun to say.
Those are the only ones that I can like myself hear the difference. But like, yeah, it's intense.
That is intense.
It's hard.
Huh, I never thought about that because a lot of German people, like,
They do look like they're kind of like,
I'm stereotyping, obviously, right? But
they do look like they're not smiling.
I mean, it's because
I think they're just the way their mouth rests while they're in a neutral position is a little bit more turned down because of the way that they make their vowel sounds.
You get the motherfuckers turned up.
Yeah, but like, ew. Get the motherfuckers turned.
Ew. All right.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
High five.
Yeah.
Episode. Yeah, it's crazy. Every time I talk to nurses, like, what do you do? It's like super stressful because you're dealing with people that are sick. And then like it's super physically stressful because you have to move people around because like body weight. And then there's a lot of poop.
A lot of poop. A lot of bodily fluids. A lot of people who don't know how to get an IV, even though they've been nurses for a long time. And they're like, hey, can you help me get this IV started? I've pricked them 7 times and they're getting kind of mad. And it's like,
that's how it is for me. Like I'm super veiny. You can't see it like on the video or if you're listening in your ears. But if you could imagine a dude that's really veiny.
Yeah. Nurses, they'll come up to you real creepy and be like, you have good veins.
That happened one time.
Yeah,
it's like
they just grab you.
Yeah.
Like, those are good. Be like, and they smack you. I'm like, ew, get off me.
Yeah. But like I still, every time I haven't had it done very much, but every time I've had it, like they always like make it where it's a big bruise and like jack me up.
Yeah. They're not, that's not supposed to happen.
It's not. So you're going to be an occupational therapist and do finger paintings with children to change the world.
That's what I wanted to do. And my sister was like, hey, maybe you should talk to an actual occupational therapist.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I talked to one and they're like, that's not really what we do. You could go to your school, you'd become an occupational therapist, OT, and then you would go and specialize either with children, and then you would specialize again in art therapy, and you might not be done with school until 15 years from now, and then good luck getting a job because people already have that job, got it, and they're doing nothing else.
You know what? If I went to school for 15 years and I got to do art therapy with kids, I would never quit my job.
Yeah,
you would never get my job.
You wouldn't get your job because
You'd be
someone's
like,
already doing it.
No, I would get it. I would get the job, but then you would never get the job.
Exactly.
You've known me for a while. Like I don't cuss that much.
No.
But on the podcast, I cuss all the time.
All the time. It's what we do here.
Fuck.
Fuck that. Fuck you.
I'm not against cuss words, but like I'm always just trying to be better.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like, but cuss words, but I don't have any, there's nothing, I'm not a prude, but like rated R comedies are way better than PG comedies.
Yes.
That's true. It is way more fun. It is funny how people buy treadmills and they never use them.
Yeah.
I've never bought one before because I fucking hate running. I'm for exercise.
Running is not fun.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, like, if you run, God bless you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. When I see runners on the side of the road, I am just like, go you. Like I have like a mini celebration, but I don't honk at them because I don't want to like get them out of their breath.
Yeah.
Because I know they're like in a rhythm and I don't want to mess that up. It's like you created something and I cannot destroy that. So I'm just like, go you.
As soon as I start running, like within like 15 feet of me running, my brain's like, dude.
I can't breathe.
It's not even my body. It's my brain. My brain's like, dude.
My body is saying, stop.
My brain says, dude, why are you running, bro?
Who are you running from? There ain't no bear behind you.
You could just walk to wherever you're going.
You might get there quicker.
Yeah. So like right. Power walk. So like my brain is weaker than my body when it comes to running.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like literally 15 feet. It's like, dude.
Just like,
dude.
You ain't got to do that. You need to slow it down. Dude.
Stop running, dude.
You don't need it.
I think we're ready.
Yeah.
Have we already started the podcast? This is the pre-ramble.
This is the pre-ramble of stuff and getting some beverages in and just kind of calming it down, feeling like that smooth jazz.
Smooth Yaz.
Smooth Yaz.
It was actually some sort of instrumental hip hop, but it did smell like Smooth Yaz when you came in. Yeah. Hang on. Occupy the people.
Occupy the people. Hi, people. So today was really lovely. I've just been driving around a good bit, had things to do today. And the clouds were really great. The weather's been really cold. People are like dressed like it's freezing outside. Like it's not that intense.
So what I just did, my dog is fucking crazy.
Animals like to lick.
She licks everything like a psychopath. So she was like, we record the podcast. So if you're listening to the podcast, check it out on YouTube. Yeah. Because you can look at her.
See our faces.
You can see our faces, man.
Hi.
So she was licking the tripod, the
so when
thing
you see
going.
there's like a little shake. That was Marley.
So I guess we start the podcast after that.
Yeah.
We start the podcast now.
Right now.
Right now. It's happening. Oh, yeah. I forgot to do that. Shit. Bourbon.
Warm bath and Southern sounds. That's what we got going on right now. Twitter review lady.
Twitter's real, man.
It is real.
We had 0 Twitter followers. I've never used Twitter like in my life.
Yeah, I still don't have it.
I mean, No. Why would you? I mean, like,
you have it, so that's good enough.
right?
That's right.
So like my whole life, everyone
links.
always talks about, like, famous people talk about Twitter all the time.
Yeah.
Like I saw this on Twitter, and
Maybe if you're in like LA, more Twitter people would be around.
I've literally asked, for like a while, like, you use Twitter, and no one's like, no, I never used Twitter. Like, have you ever used Twitter?
No.
Yeah, me neither, except for the podcast. But I really appreciate all you guys, all the Hundo Nation out there. We have 84 followers now. We're not famous, but we had 0.
Yeah, from 0 to 80.
That's 84.
That's a fast car.
That's a fucking Tesla.
0 to 80.
But yeah, so that's awesome. We have 84 followers.
That's nice.
Follow us on Twitter.
The Twitter thing, our Twitter handle. There's numbers in that one.
There is numbers. It's Never 99 podcast. Yeah. But anyway, just go to the website. All the stuff's on there. Okay, so we have Twitter followers. Sorry, that's probably not too interesting for people.
But Miss Potato Lady.
Miss Potato Lady loves us.
She was really kind.
Shouts out. But yeah, so I'm sorry. The point of the story is she said that our Southern accent, Southern, both. So it's not just me.
I know. I mean,
it was
I
both.
know what I got going on in my life. Okay.
Okay, yeah, it was both of us that our Southern accents make the explicit content like sinking into a warm bath.
Yeah.
I was like, we gotta put that on a fucking t-shirt.
That's pretty nice. That's a nice compliment.
Like, how can you have a negative conversation about cupcakes, man?
You can't.
But you know, I get what you're saying. It's just like, dude.
So there's people like that. So like, even just stepping back and like observing where you're coming from. A lot of people in my life have made me very aware of like the content of my words, so that I'm not, because I can talk about negative stuff all day and it just phases me.
It does phase you?
No, sorry, it doesn't phase me.
Sorry, you said it phases me, but the way you did it, like, you downplayed it. Yeah, like looking at you,
exactly.
I was like, wait a minute.
It doesn't even connect that it's like a problem. Like my mom being a nurse, you know, she might experience something that was really intense, and I can just hear it in conversation and not like be attached to those feelings or feel emotional about it and just be like, those were just words that I heard.
Yeah.
And not be attached to it. But a lot of people that I love and care about cannot do that.
That's true.
And
like,
they don't like those kind of conversations, and like where I can just kind of like, oh, that thought's gone. Someone else could be sitting on it. And I'm trying to really be mindful about that interaction so I don't cause that in someone else.
Well, some people, yeah, you should. That's cool to be mindful to cause it in someone else.
Yeah.
Because some people will hook onto that.
Yeah.
And they get hooked.
And
like
they stay there.
Like a fishing hook, man. They can't get off of it. And they're just like, what the fuck, man?
It's like, and then they get stuck there, and then like some people spiral, and it's like, it's intense. And it's like, I don't want to create that in a person.